A pleasure to introduce to everyone Dr. Kimera Moodley. Goodness. I'm battling with my sound. Anki, can you maybe take over for us?
Yes,
Thanks so
I
much.
was now in the wrong session. But good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this session. A warm welcome to all of you that just joined our roundtable discussion. So I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Kimera Moodley from the Council of Higher Education, who would lead our panel today. So they will be discussing the role of AI in ensuring quality, meeting the accreditation requirements for online learning programs. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to our panel members, Dr. Rose Masha and Ms. Maharaj. So please remember that we have 30 minutes for this session, which will include active audience participation. Kimera, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Anki. Good morning, colleagues. Just before I start, we do have a Padlet link that I'm sure one of the technical administrators will post in the chat for the participants. As mentioned, I'm Kimera Moodley, the Senior Manager for Operations in the Accreditation Directorate at the Council on Higher Education, and my colleagues, Dr. Rose Masha, the Director for Accreditation, and my colleague, Ms. Sandhya Maharaj, a Senior Manager for Projects, will be presenting today on the role of AI in ensuring quality, meeting the accreditation requirements for online distance learning programs. I think over the last 2 days, we've heard how AI technologies are being used, different types of AI technologies, and some of the complexities in and around integrating it into teaching and learning. And we hope that our presentation will provide some insight into the requirements for online learning programs and the accreditation process. It aims to also assist you in ensuring that you provide the relevant information when including AI technologies, either as content or as pedagogical tools for teaching and learning. So with the rapid changes in the education sector, the Council on Higher Education has seen a large increase in fully online distance programs. And this is largely impacted by the improvements in technology such as the extended reality, artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, and of course the effects of COVID-19, which drove the development for online education. And as a result, the knock on effect of technological developments and the demand for online education, accreditation processes have had to change and adapt to ensure that quality is maintained. And some of the challenges that are currently underway in the education sector entail the review of the Higher Education Act, the National Qualifications Framework, and the Higher Education Qualifications Sub-Framework. So this presentation will focus on the expectations of fully online distance programs for accreditation by the Council on Higher Education when incorporating artificial intelligence. So as you are already aware, the first criteria for program accreditation focuses on program design. And essentially, if a program has significant design flaws, then the program will not be accredited, as this criteria is extremely important. And one of the main foci in this criteria is related to the alignment of the program to the HEQSF, the NQF, the institution's mission, vision, and purpose of the course, and how the program is aligned in terms of its individual design elements, such as the exit level outcomes, associated assessment criteria, module purpose, module outcomes, module assessment, the content, teaching and learning, and assessment. So when we look at including AI technologies as a pedagogical tool for teaching and learning, institutions are required to include information in the application that relates firstly to the purpose of the program. So there needs to be in the purpose, the inclusion of AI should align with the pedagogical objectives of the program. AI tools need to support learning outcomes that benefit students, such as personalized learning experience, improved accessibility, and enhanced real-time feedback mechanisms. We also look for curriculum coherence. AI should enhance the integration of learning content, thereby ensuring that it is cohesive, logical, and progresses in complexity as students advance through the program. So, AI driven adaptive learning systems, for example, can help tailor the curriculum to individual learning needs without compromising coherence. So this information must be provided in detail to ensure clarity of how the AI technology is being used, what technology is used, and how it is enhancing the program outcomes. For looking at criteria 2, which focuses on the admission and selection requirements for students to enroll into the program. If prior knowledge of AI technology is required from the targeted students, it needs to be clearly stipulated in the admission and selection template. If access to specific AI technology is required to complete the program, this needs to also be included with information regarding where and how students can gain access to the AI technology. The critical point is that there needs to be parity in terms of student experience for distance mode students and contact mode students. So since the AI concept is still considered as relatively new, students will need support for working with or using AI technology as part of their learning material. Therefore, relevant and sufficient information on how such technology will be used, its purpose, and support available must be provided. The institution thus needs to ensure the following. Firstly, clear admission requirements. So you need to establish admission standards that reflect the skills required to succeed in an AI-enhanced online learning environment. And this may involve ensuring that students have basic digital literacy or access to specific AI-related training to effectively engage with AI-driven tools in the program. Secondly, we need student support services. The AI can play a role in student support, such as through chatbots or personalized feedback systems, but institutions must ensure that these services are accessible to all students, particularly those that might struggle with new technology, and critically, there should be human support alongside the AI tools to cater for diverse student needs. And thirdly, inclusivity and accessibility. As AI is integrated into fully online programs, institutions must ensure that AI tools are inclusive, therefore catering to students from diverse backgrounds and ensuring accessibility for students with disabilities. This will include making AI interfaces compatible with assistive technologies and designing AI systems that address the learning needs of students from various educational backgrounds. For example, it would be critical to design these around the quintile system adopted in South African schools and factor in the infrastructural differentiation in schools that are in different quintiles. I'll hand over to my colleague Rose. Rose?
I did not see Rose in the room, Kim. I don't know if I've missed her.
Colleagues, I just want to check if you can hear us.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. All right, I'm going to just temporarily just put the camera on. I'm sitting with Sandhya, Maharaj. So just so you can see our faces. We are at work. I don't know if you can see our faces. I can, though, see Kim's face.
I cannot see your face. I don't know if some of our other participants can see it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry about that, colleagues, but can we then start? Sandhya is going to start, and then I'll come in and yes. Thanks, colleagues. Sorry about the
Thank
camera.
you so much.
Sure. So over to you, Sandhya.
Greetings, colleagues. I'll be discussing criterion 3, staffing, with respect to slide 5, criterion 3 focuses on coordination of staffing. The integration of AI presents opportunities and challenges for maintaining high quality staffing standards. In that, should AI technologies be used, technical support in the form of human staff are available to assist. Teaching staff would also need to have some form of training on how to effectively use the AI technologies to support teaching and learning. Due to the rapid changes in technological tools, consistent monitoring and upgrades must also be conducted religiously. Furthermore, online security must be addressed in detail within institutional SOPs to ensure protection of students from cyber threats. It's imperative to note, when reviewing institutional policies, the AI component should be a priority given its evolving nature. Taking the above into account, the application for accreditation, along with key aspects to consider during a site visit, should include the following information: effective integration of AI in pedagogy, facilitating engagement and interaction, continuous monitoring and adaptation, staff development and support. To go further in detail, with respect to point 1, AI tools should be used to complement and enhance teaching strategies, not replace them. For instance, AI-driven personalized learning environments can adapt to student individual progress and also provide targeted support. However, the AI tools must align with sound pedagogical principles and be regularly reviewed for effectiveness. This is linked to criterion 5, which is teaching and learning strategy. With respect to facilitating engagement and interaction, AI can facilitate student engagement through adaptive learning technologies, intelligent tutoring systems, virtual learning environments. However, the human aspect of teaching should be maintained to ensure meaningful engagement and interaction. Incorporating AI should enhance and not diminish opportunities for student-teacher and peer-to-peer interactions. Point number 3, continuous monitoring and adaptation. The AI system used in teaching and learning must be continuously monitored and adapted based on student assessment and feedback. This pertains to criterion 6. The AI tools must remain relevant, up-to-date, and in line with program learning outcomes. This is also reflected in line with criterion 1, which is program design. Lastly, staff development and support. Academic and support staff must be developed to effectively integrate and manage AI within their teaching and student support practices. AI should assist them by providing insights into student progress and areas that need improvement, thereby allowing staff to either tailor and customize their teaching and learning strategies. Colleagues, criteria for staffing. This particular criteria focuses on staffing, but with focus on staff experience, skills, and expertise. It emphasizes that staff should not solely rely on technology to complete tasks. The human element should not be lost in carrying out administrative duties, but rather oversee the AI-driven tasks. AI-generated information should also be rechecked to ensure there are no errors. And in order to meet criteria 4, it's imperative that institutions should include in their application AI-supported management systems. This is referred to as the MIS template under program accreditation. Institutions should ensure that the systems are user-friendly, reliable, and monitored by human administrators to address any AI-related issues swiftly. With respect to training and development, program coordinators and administrators should receive training on how to use AI tools effectively when handling online programs such as your Blackboard and Moodle. And they should also be aware and understand the limitations within AI and maintain oversight to ensure quality standards are upheld. Decision-making processes, AI can support decision-making, especially with respect to student performance, monitoring, recurriculation, and identifying at-risk students. However, oversight is critical to avoid biases and to ensure decisions are made holistically. And lastly, communication and feedback systems. AI-driven communication platforms such as chat boxes be integrated alongside human and human managed to handle more complex and sensitive issues. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, colleagues. Good morning once again. We can, I think, as this group, certainly do say can't underestimate the critical nature of infusing AI into all the aspects of our teaching and learning. So I'm coming in for criterion 5, which is teaching and learning. And if you've heard Sandhya's presentation, she kept referring to criterion 5 when she was talking about criterion 3. So it is very critical that we understand how all of this merges, so that it flows right through from one criterion right up to the other. So criterion 5 is on focuses on learning and teaching strategy. So this is one of the most essential parts where quality is needed. And this is one of the essential parts also where non-accreditation happens in terms of our applications. As mentioned previously, the use of AI for teaching and learning is still a new phenomenon. And this is explored by both staff and students in South African HEIs. So while it's encouraged at this stage, technical literacy should not become a barrier. I think Kim did mention that to students who are not able to use AI technology for learning. So there should be alternative methods that has to be provided once we do see a gap, particularly in our F10s, those ones that are just entering our system. I do recall in my earlier life as an academic, we used to introduce something like academic literacy or computer literacy just at the beginning of the year during orientation week. And so in your application, then it would be critical for you to also flag that that is what your institution is doing to support students. So colleagues, I will actually go because I'm also looking at the time. So applications basically should include then following information, but I'm not going to go right in depth because we will still share the information with you. AI familiarity and expertise. Now I'm talking about the staff members that are going to be offering this. We need to know how familiar your staff members are in terms of AI, and is there any training or capacity building that is going to be given to your staff members that do not possess those skills. Ongoing professional development, I've just mentioned that, and support in using AI tools. We can have the greatest ideas of having AI tools, but then if we don't have the integral support within our systems, then that is certainly going to not work. So we want to know that you do have that support in using AI tools. All right, so I'm going to go to the next one, which is criterion 6, the assessment. And again, this is one of our critical criteria where a lot of our applications become non-accredited because they are missing very critical quality issues there. So criterion 6, as I said, focuses on assessment, and just like criterion 5, this encapsulates a variety of AI technologies to make assessments more innovative and administratively easier. However, it also runs the risk of plagiarism from the use of AI tools themselves, especially if it's applied in an unadapted manner, or rather in not so responsible manner. It's crucial then that we also hear, just as Kim and Sandhya have said, we need that human oversight that's provided with a balance of formative and summative applications of these technologies for assessment. And we need to also emphasize that students should never ever have to be disadvantaged just because we have technical competence gaps. Think of the South African situation where we have our quintiles 1 to 5, and where in some cases our catchment areas our catchment areas where our students are coming from are from those quintiles where there is absolutely no technology in their schools. So you would have to ensure that you quite conversant of this background and ensure that whatever AI assisted assessment, AI teaching or learning or assessment does also take into consideration the shortfalls of these students. So our application, then we want to know whether you have any AI assisted assessments there to streamline assessments and providing a quick real-time feedback to students. Fairness and bias, very, very important, because the AI tools used in assessments should be regularly monitored to prevent biases that could affect differently skilled students unfairly. And also to link this in terms of our assessment, work integrated learning aspect is a very critical part of our applications, where we want to know if you're going to use an AI assessment process. Is your work integrated learning, that is your will, also part of this? And how do you ensure that it is addressing the gaps of your students? Human oversight, I think I've talked about that, and formative and summative balance. So the AI should support both formative and assessments and summative assessments. All right, I am going to give over to my colleague Sandhya again.
Thank you, Rose. Criterion 7 related to infrastructure. This criteria focuses on how higher education infrastructure and resources are present in order to use sophisticated AI technologies in online distant mode of provision. Infrastructure and resources prove to be extremely important. Institutions need to ensure that their LMS and MIS can support the AI technology. This pertains to requirements in terms of storage space, bandwidth, networking capabilities, and to ensure smooth, seamless running of the program, especially when AI technologies are incorporated. Colleagues, when accreditation applications are done, as well as when assessing site visit readiness, it's important to discuss and take into account the robustness of the technological infrastructure, in that institutions must demonstrate that they've invested in reliable infrastructure that supports the AI technologies, high performance servers, scalable cloud-based solutions, and sufficient bandwidth to ensure that tools run smoothly in an online environment. With respect to accessing AI tools and platforms, we have to ensure that both the students and staff have seamless access to AI-driven platforms. These must be available and access must be available across all devices and operating systems when engaging with AI resources. Colleagues, both Kim and Rose have made mention of the importance of technical support, both for staff and students, is to ensure that providing continuous technical support for AI tools is accessible and also relevant. Some forms include help desks, user guides, troubleshooting resources to quickly resolve any issues related to the use of any AI tools. With respect to the POPI Act, security and data privacy is also important. Also, AI systems in online programs have to comply with robust data security protocols to protect personal information and academic records, implementing encryption as well as secure access control to safeguard data collected by AI systems is also important. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, colleagues. In terms of student support, that's criterion 8 that I'm going to be talking about. That is the student admin support. Very crucial to ensure data security. So in line with the POPI Act, the institutions have required to have all aspects of data security covered in policies to demonstrate that they have considered the potential of cyber threats. And then in terms of the time, because we are left with 4 minutes, we are just about to finish. And aspects to consider for efficient AI-driven student admin support require the following. I'm just going to mention just one. Sorry, AI support admin efficiencies, data management security, user-friendly interfaces, and continuous improvement. So the last slide refers to postgrad supervision. So we usually use criterion 9 only on applications that have a postgrad element, that are in postgrad in nature. And there are several AI technology applications that students use to source, organize, and manage and develop research materials. So the following may be used for postgrad: mentorship and supervision, research skills development, monitoring progress, feedback mechanism, ethical research practices, data management, and quality assurance processes. Colleagues, thank you so much. We have actually come to the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, colleagues. I'm sure that we are going to have a lot of questions from our audience. I see that Pam said that she would love to have the higher education and school requirements for AI as discussed by you. If there's possibly a link that you can make available to our participants. But then also I see this Padlet where we can post questions, but let's just open the floor for questions. Anything that you want to ask to Dr. Kim and her team? It seems as if everyone is just thinking like I am, and I'm just wondering, do you have maybe something like Pam has asked here, where we can just look through it, because this is a total new thing that we'll have to add to our applications. So I just wanted to know, Kim, are there any specific guidance that you can provide in writing?
So at the moment, Anki, that's why we mentioned this is still relatively new. And in fact, it's also new to us with the different approaches that institutions are taking in including AI technologies, whether it is as tools for teaching and learning, or whether the content itself is about teaching AI. So there's nothing at the moment documented on how to include AI technologies for online distance programs, and what information institutions need to provide in their application. But it's something that we're definitely going to look into, and this is more or less just to provide some information of what aspects we would be looking at with regards to accreditation and ensuring quality assurance when these AI technologies are incorporated. But currently there isn't documentation available. It's something that CHE will be looking at.
Okay, thank you so much, Kim. And we will, in any case, this recording will be available for anyone who want to refer to it in future applications. I'm sure that I'm going to have to. But in any case, thank you so much, everyone, for attending the session. Please look in the chats, because there are very interesting things coming up. Remember to refresh your program just to get the correct links for the next sessions. And I hope that you enjoy the next sessions that we still have in store for you. Thank you so much for your attendance.
Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you. Bye-bye.